Everyone, thanks for tuning into 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action for you coming up. Joined now by Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. This is Kevin Harlan. With us tonight, one of the quickest players in league history, Kenny the Jet Smith. I almost feel like I should say your name fast because that's the way you played the game.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, it's good to have you.
But is the show going to be fast? Because I heard like it's a little bit less time down here than it is up top.
Well, I think it goes by so quickly.
It's not quite jet quick, but it does play with some pace.
Because when you guys are home sleeping, we're still on the air.
Yeah.
I just want you to know that.
That is true.
That is true. We might be having a teeth or two after.
There it is.
On the air.
There it is.
And that is true.
Whatever that is.
DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thanks very much. C.J. McCollum has talked about the bond between the city of Portland and the Blazers team. He said the connection comes in part because we're isolated in the Pacific Northwest, far from the rest of the world. Basketball's the only major sport, so the city's poured its heart and soul into this team. Well, Blazer fandom has certainly been part of Rip City's DNA for a very long time. Kevin?
Portland is indeed one of the great cities in the NBA. David, thank you.
A big personality with the game to match. Joel Embiid. Kenny, how would you compare him to your former teammate, Hakeem Olajuwon?
A lot of similarities in skill and mobility and their size. They both intimidate. I think that in every category, if Embiid is a 7 or 8, Hakeem was a 9 or a 10. So it's not far off, but he was just better in every category.
Because he was such a technician, everything was so crisp and the moves were so orchestrated.
I think that, I don't know Joel, but I think overall, just the overall mental approach to the game that Hakeem had allowed him to play at that level.
I think the thing that separates, Joel's a lot bigger. Hakeem is a legit 6'10". Joel's a legit 7'2". The difference, though, for me is Hakeem was the quickest center I've ever seen. He was, his quickness, you just don't see at that position. That's the thing that made, because everything he did was just a step faster. So that's why he goes from that 8 to that 9 or 10.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Harris and Embiid together in the middle. And Simmons is out there with Curry. And it's Green in at the 3 spot. And for the Trailblazers, pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington. And it's Nurkic in at the 5 down low.
And when you watch Damian Lillard, I mean, he has such incredible instincts to put up huge numbers from that. You know what they call it, the point guard position, but to me, it's a lead guard now because the elite point guards have to score the basketball at a high level in today's NBA.
Yeah, it is definitely a different game. Scoring is prominent. Dame is a prominent scorer, so he understands how to mix it up. But his first job is to score, where our first job was to pass.
Yeah.
We saw it last year with a couple 60-point games. He was terrific. And that one's good. Simmons. Simmons got his second bucket of the game to go.
Great to see Simmons knock it down from there. I mean, his jump shot must keep improving.
Kenny, as a freshman, you joined one of the great lineups to ever play in college basketball with guys like Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins. I mean, it was a who's who of the game.
Yeah, I know, Michael was so excited to play.
Was he?
As soon as I walked on
Chomping
campus,
at the bit, wasn't he?
When I
goes, "Who
walked
is
on
this kid out of
campus,
New York
he
here?"
picked me up at the airport, you know, drove me around.
He had a car?
Oh, yes. But then it was just great. Playing there with those kind of guys, it really gets you ready and prepares you for it.
Had you met Jordan before you went
On
to
a
Carolina?
visit, just on a visit.
On a visit you
But
had.
he wasn't the best player really at the time. Sam Perkins
Right.
was the guy. He was a 4-year All-American, first team. So it was Sam Perkins who everyone was in awe, and plus he was from New York.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
A three from McCollum. That one's rebounded by Embiid. Here's Philadelphia. They're on a 10-2 run here. Curry passes to Harris. Back to Curry. He kicks to Harris. Here's Simmons. Lays it up off the glass. 6 points for Ben Simmons.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Portland again missing.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Embiid, the pass to Green, to the inside. Here's Harris. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
They decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
They needed that, and I love that he just didn't settle for the lay-in.
And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. 76ers lead by 10. From Portland, we're back in a moment. Well, before the game, we talked with Damian Lillard. He credits his upbringing when it comes to developing his leadership skills.
I think it comes from being in a big family. You know, as a kid, I would go to my grandmother's house, and I had a bunch of older cousins, a few younger cousins, boys and girls, and we had to make sure everybody ate. We had to make sure everybody was comfortable, everybody felt safe.
And that's the kind of support, Greg, he gives his teammates on and off the floor.
And, you know, guys naturally trust him. They believe in him, and he typically comes through when they need him.
And so far, through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And, guys, what's your take so far on Philadelphia?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. Taking a look at the 76ers. They've got Shake Milton. Matisse Thybulle's out there with Korkmaz. Then it's George Hill. And it's Howard in at the 5, roaming the paint. And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season, the Blazers were beset by injuries, and they fell short of their goals. Their star, Damian Lillard, said, once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way, so that they know my character is true. Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity was ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. Trailblazers trail by 4. Passes it to Hollis Jefferson. Back to McCollum. This one for 3. Rebound by the 76ers. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. And what about our special guest? Kenny, thanks for taking the time to join us, dropping by. Always a pleasure. You add so much to the broadcast.
Man, thanks for having me. This is just great.
Thank you. And C-Web, what can you say? Kenny Smith never one to pull any punches when he's talking about basketball. Or anything, for that matter.
Yeah, definitely. And he was such an integral piece to those Hakeem Olajuwon championship teams there in Houston.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Norman Powell's checked in for McCollum, and it's Damian Lillard in for Anfernee Simons. Lillard against Simmons. Lillard outside. Clock at 6. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Pass to Thibault. Now Harris. Thibault the bounce pass. Maxey passes to Simmons. To end the drought. He takes it up and lays it in. That's now 8 points for Ben Simmons.
The physicality of Simmons on display, showing some fight and fearlessness with plays like this.
To the left wing. Cantor against Embiid. A fader. Rebound by Joel Embiid. Embiid's got his 5th rebound in this one. Takes it from 10. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
And this was as even a matchup as you'll find in the NBA. Split the season series down the middle, one apiece.
And now is time to see which teams made that adjustment that could give them the edge. Some conference pride is at stake here, too.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. 76ers on top, up 2. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
Just got to compete. Keep competing, trust each other, make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh?
And returning from his sojourn, doing some in-game analysis, we laughed, we cried, we turned down the volume. Ladies and gentlemen, Kenny Smith.
Yeah, welcome back, buddy. Kenny, man, we missed you. Yeah, I know. You guys missed me. Like how put it into work.
Minimal.
That's not a lot.
No.
They treated me so well down there.
What's less than minimal?
3 minimum.
How about 0?
I'm so hurt.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? Keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3 spot. It's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Greg, you were drafted 12th overall by the New York Knicks and then 2nd overall by the Grizzlies in the expansion draft. So you've had a very unique view of being in that position in 2 different settings.
Yeah, I mean, 2 very different cities, but really each beautiful in its own way. The New York draft, obviously coming out of college, that was like a dream come true to go and play for Pat Riley and then get the opportunity to go and be a part of a brand new team in a new country, if you will, was also a really cool experience as well.
I hope we can take a petition started by you and me to get the NBA back in Vancouver.
And Seattle, right? Let's get back in both those cities.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
And McCollum on the floor, all business. Off the court, he's a very outspoken player, very colorful guy. And Greg, you were saying you see a future in media for him when he stops playing.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, McCollum spoke up quickly about the seriousness of the virus when they were playing. He's very knowledgeable and shares what's on his mind. A media position after he's done playing is a very real possibility if he chooses to.
Green, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. And Portland called for the foul.
Well, not the most heralded prospect to ever come out of North Carolina, but Green has been a big contributor to a number of NBA championship runs.
Shoot 2.
That's good from Green. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Simons is checked in. Philadelphia also making some changes. Dwight Howard, he's checked in for Embiid. Shake Milton comes in for Curry. And George Hills subbed in for Tobias Harris. And so he makes both from the line. 90 seconds now into the second half. Simons, the pass to McCollum. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Always good to see solid interior work by McCollum. I mean, he might earn himself some extra space on his outside jumpers when he gets inside points like this.
Hill finds Green. And it'll go. And the Blazer lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Simmons.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
A 3 from McCollum. That shot missing. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. That'll be game 2 of 4 straight on the road. Here's Howard. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Now just a 1-point Trailblazer lead.
It's near impossible trying to match up with Howard's muscle. He makes scoring look easy, even though it's tough contact.
Hill against McCollum. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Green. Basket good. Green's got 4 this quarter.
Improving his floor awareness. Howard has a decent sense for when his guys are open.
Now here's McCollum, defended by Milton. 11 seconds left in the third. Yep, that one goes in there.
He can score in a number of ways. I mean, he can burn you. He's an offensive powerhouse. Inside, outside, off the screen, off the curl, the pop back, the layup, the dunk, the 3. You name it.
Here's Milton, and he gets it to go. And the 76ers lead by 1.
Love the assist. I mean, he knew exactly where that bounce pass had to be to create that opportunity.
And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. 76ers lead by 1. And fourth quarter basketball will be coming your way on 2K Sports right after this. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Makes it a tough play to defend because you also have to guard against him taking it himself.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Taking a look at the 76ers, Harrison and Embiid together in the middle. Seth Curry is out there with Maxey, and it's Korkmaz at the three, the small forward. Portland trailing here. There's Hollis Jefferson, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Maxey. The shot that time, not on target. Good work defensively by Lillard. Oh, that's blocked. And he recovers it. Good work there as it goes. The 76ers trail by 3. Here's Curry. Up and in on the layup. Curry's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, nothing too fancy. Just getting the job done when they need to. Make every possession count.
Lillard with the bucket.
And you can tell Lillard fears no one. Sometimes it doesn't even matter what you do defensively.
And so Curry will bring it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. The pass to Embiid. Shoots over Cantor. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 1 on the bucket from Joel Embiid.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
This is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
Now, here's Maxey. He's guarded closely. Curry against McCollum. Stolen by Kansas. Lillard with it. Shoots the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
He wants the ball. They want him to have the ball. And as usual, he comes through in the clutch.
And the 76ers call time here. They trail by 4. 1:09 left to play in the final quarter. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, C.J. McCollum.
And he's up over 50% from the field here tonight. And that speaks to how solid his shot selection has been. Nothing forced and really no bad decisions. Just good, smart, offensive basketball.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Doc Rivers said to his team. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thank you, David. timeout called by Portland. They're up by 1. 1:05 left in the fourth quarter. Left in the game. Lillard from outside, and again it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Gotta admire the passion Lillard plays with. He knows he loves having the ball in his hands.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Here's Green. It's in! And he has brought them to within 2 points.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
That's why they put the ball in his hands. They know they can count on him to make crucial shots.
It's good from beyond the arc.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
You see more teams doing this nowadays. We all are firmly entrenched in the era of the 3-ball.
Here's Simmons. Got it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
Demonstrating how valuable he is in the clutch. Simmons is calm, cool, and collected in these moments.
Lillard from outside. That one's rebounded by Embiid. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Curry. It's good. And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
This game has come to life. They're out there battling now. We didn't see this in the first half.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. They're ahead by 1. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's 21 seconds left to play here in the fourth. And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
Had to foul, and on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And we just got a second look there at the exceptional mobile 1 block.
Every basket's a big one in a tight game, and he is not about to give up an easy look.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Simmons inside. He's covered by Cantor.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Cantor has been much maligned for his work at that end. He's been making a better effort.
Gets the first. That will put them up by 2.
You know, this is the type of guy I like, from undrafted to a quality role player. I mean, he has heart. He's gotten better every year. Covington adds a lot to this team. He can let that thing fly, too. He's a fearless shooter. Comes through big. Now they can put everything they have into guard against him.
And the 76ers call time here. They're trailing by 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So it's Philadelphia now. The free throw drops for Embiid.
And the Hakeem Olajuwon comparisons, they're somewhat legitimate. I mean, Embiid's skill set and size is something you don't see very often.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Green kicks to Curry. Green up on top. Over McCollum. It's off. And so the big win by Portland in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Kevin, thanks. Game, they had an aggressive defense designed to slow you down, so how were you able to get it going?
I mean, I just had to stick with it. As long as I keep making plays for other guys, my teammates made shots, and that loosened up the defense and allowed me to get going.
Yeah, and it showed down the stretch, man, as you got the win. Congrats. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for being with us. See you next time.